Welcome back. So the campaign being where we select our objective, which we already did. We have to rename the campaign name, right? So that we can remember or think of this as a way for you to remember what campaign it was that you were doing, right? So I could call this the Christmas sales campaign or Christmas promo. So I'll rename that and call it Christmas promo. Amazing. Now I can click outside of that for it to save. I scroll down. Then this part, sometimes you might see this and sometimes you may not. But this is the platform asking you, hey, how do you want to select or how do you want to plan your budget? Do you want to set up your budget at every ad set, or you want to set one budget in the campaign and then every ad set will then share that particular budget? I always like to leave it at the ad sets option. So there's nothing else to adjust here. The next thing I'm doing is go to the next stage, which is the ad set level. So I'll come here and click on this. Now, the ad set level is where you set who do you want your ads to be shown to. Think of it as demographics, interests, behaviors, and all of those features. So here, it's asking us who do you want your ads to be shown to. You can also rename this. Rename it to say the people or the group. So I can say Lagos residents. I put in brackets 24 to 45, just so I can remember this particular group. Feel free to rename it as you see fit. Now the other option here is conversion. Where do I want people to land when they click on my ad? Should it be a website? Should it be a my DM, be it Instagram Messenger or WhatsApp, or I want to send them to my profile? That means they are going to the Instagram profile or Facebook profile or both. Now, because we plan to do a website visit, we select the website, right? Now let's scroll down. The next thing you need to review is the performance goal. I want you to keep track of how many people landed on my page. That's what you count, not just how many people clicked on my advert. Because people can click and then change their mind. No, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to the website, right? So you want to decide how you want the platform to count your success. Now that said, you scroll down, no adjustments done. Scroll down and you move on to the budget and schedule. Now, there are two types of budgets. There's the daily budget and the lifetime budget. The daily budget means you're telling the platform, I want you to spend, say, 5,000 naira on a daily basis. In other words, once you start spending and you see you get to 500, stop my ad and then continue the next day from zero. Why the lifetime budget is saying, hey, I have a budget of 15,000 naira. I want to run my ads for 7 days. Use it as you see fit. I prefer a lifetime budget, so I'll select that and then input a figure to it. Figure I will put in is 1,800 naira because I remember I said for as little as 1,800 naira, you can at least run a paid ad. Now, having imputed that, I can see some error message here saying, no, your budget must be at least for 3,326. And then that begs the question. I said we could use 1,800, right? Now it takes me to the next thing, which is your schedule, your start and your end date. So right here, what comes here by default is a month interval, right? Meaning 23rd of November, 3:58 a.m. through to December 23rd, 3:58 a.m. Now the advantages here is that you could schedule your ad to start at a particular day and end at a particular day. And right now it is on a 30-day difference. So meaning I'm telling the platform I want to run ads for 30 days with 1,800 and the platform is saying, no, you can't do that. That's too small. You should increase your budget. So I have to reduce my date to at least 24 hours, right? Now moving to 24 hours, I can see that the error message is gone, right? So you can keep that at 24 hours. And like I said, you can schedule your ad to start at a particular time, which is one of the advantage of the ads manager route in comparison to the phone route. So I can schedule this to start at 9 a.m. and end at 9 a.m. the next day. So there you go, right? Amazing. So scroll down, and the next thing we are trying to adjust would be the location. Now, I'll click on the edit sign beside it, and here you go. Another thing I want to point out here will be the difference in the mobile version and in the Ad Manager version. In the mobile version, you could only input definite states and some specific regions. You cannot input neighborhoods like close proximity locations, right? Or small towns in a particular state. For instance, Ojota comes up here as a neighborhood, right? And but on the mobile version, you won't be able to find all of these neighborhoods. So you think of the location you want to run your ad to. Let's say in this case, I can say Lagos. Now imputing Lagos, which is my location, I can select Lagos, and then I have it here, right? So once you select your location, you scroll down, and the next place is your advantage audience feature. Click on that, and you have the option of reviewing or setting up demographics, interest, and behavior. On the mobile version, all you could do was the interest, but here you could also do behaviors and some other extra level of demographics. Now, remember our paid ads back there where we wanted to promote a campaign to business owners, right? Now, how do you differentiate people who are business owners? Because they most likely will have tags on their name like CEO, founders, and all of that. So you can think of the keywords to trigger all of those. So inside this box here, I'm going to start inputting those information. So I'll type CEO, and I can see some results here. So MD/CEO, I can say page admins or page owners, PAGE owners. So when we tried this on the mobile version, we couldn't get all of those options, right? So that is Facebook page admins, select that business page admins. And remember, once you input a keyword, it gives you some suggestions. So you can see them here: business page admin, people who just use Facebook, you made payment on Facebook, which is Facebook payments user in the past 30 days, retail page admin, owner, manager, CEO, and you can select as many as you can. Owner and founder, and I'll just stop there, right? Now scroll down, and the next thing to set up is your advantage placement, meaning where do you want your adverts to be shown to. I always advise you select manual. Why? Because it's important that you are able to track what platform is working and which one is not. So you want to do one platform per time. Same with the location. You want to do one location per time. So you want to run your ad to Lagos and ensure you are doing just Lagos. Run to Abuja, ensure you are doing just Abuja. So that later on you can then compare, is Abuja doing better than Lagos, or is Lagos doing better than Abuja, right? And remember here, we could also set up our age, set up our gender just by clicking the edit button beside it. Set up. So remember we said 24 to 45. So we do 24, and then we do 45 just here. Amazing. And then we can also select the gender, right? The gender can be selected right beside that. So you click on edit, and then you can select which one you want, right? Now back to the platform. So I can untick Facebook, untick Messenger, because those two have to go together. So if you're unticking one, you're unticking the other. I can untick Threads, and Audience Network are other supportive platforms or platforms affiliated with Facebook where your advert can show. Example would be when you watch or see advert on Candy Crush and some other websites where you go to play or have fun. So I can untick that as well. Now we can see the places that our ads are going to show in, and Then once this is done, we are done here, we can move to the next one.